So when I was growing up, we had no money for food at times. On Thanksgiving, when I was 11 years old, we had no money for food. Now, we had saltine crackers and peanut butter, so we weren't going to starve. But, it's Thanksgiving. Everybody else having a feast, and it was pretty emotional. And my forefather and my mother were screaming at each other, saying things that once you say you can't take back. I have a younger brother, 5 years younger sister, 7 years younger. I'm trying to make sure they don't hear the conversation. And my whole life changed because there's a knock on the door, and I open the door, and there's this man standing there with two big, giant bags of groceries and an uncooked turkey on the ground. And he goes, "Is your father here?" Well, long story short, I get my dad at the front door. I thought he was going to be so happy. He was not happy. He's like, "We don't accept charity." And he went to slam the door on the guy. And the guy had been leaning slightly in, so it hit his shoulder and bounced out. He said, "Sir, I'm just the delivery man. Someone knows you're having a difficult time. Please, you just accept this gift. And, they just want you to have a great Thanksgiving." And my dad went to close it again. And this time hit the guy's foot. And my dad's really starting to get mad. The guy looks over and sees me. And he says to my father, I'll never forget, he says, "Sir, don't let your ego get in the way of taking care of your family."
Wow.
My dad, the veins in the side of my dad's face were just blowing out. I mean, he was so angry. But then he took the food and slammed it down. I thought he was going to punch the guy. And I remember I left that going, like, why is he not happy? And a few weeks later, he left our family. It was the worst. I felt the worst moment of my life at that point because I loved him. But three things control your life: the decisions you make about what to focus on, the decisions you make about what it means, and decisions you make of what to do. So that day, he focused on he hadn't fed his family. I know because he said it constantly. The meaning was the worst part. He said he was worthless because he'd not take care of his family, and he decided to leave. I focused on, wow, there's food here. What a concept. This is pretty amazing. And then I started looking around and saying, the thing that changed my whole life was, wow, someone cared enough about my family. They don't even want credit. My father always said, strangers don't care about you. Some stranger cares about our family. So if strangers care about me and my family, I want to care about strangers.